Hello everyone, today is Monday, October 20th, 2025, Eastern Time. Welcome to Panda Finance. Let's take a look at the top 10 global corporate news stories from the past week. Here are the details. Cook pushes Apple Intelligence entry into China. Apple CEO Tim Cook appeared in Shanghai on October 18th at the Global Wealth Management Forum 2025, confirming that the company is working to bring Apple Intelligence, its suite of generative AI features, to China. Cook said he believes AI will have a positive impact, noting that he's not worried about computers thinking like humans, but more about humans thinking like computers. He emphasized that innovation and passion qualities machines lack are what truly define humanity. Earlier on October 13th, Cook made a surprise appearance in a Douyin livestream from Apple's Shanghai flagship store, greeting Chinese fans and announcing that the iPhone Air will be available for pre-order starting October 17th. Holding up the new model, Cook described it as so light, it feels like it could fly away, marking his first ever livestream appearance targeting Chinese consumers. Deutsche Bank, ChatGPT's paid user growth stalls in Europe. ChatGPT's consumer revenue growth in Europe has plateaued since May, according to a new report by Deutsche Bank, signaling slowing monetization despite the chatbot's massive user base. While OpenAI recently announced that ChatGPT now serves over 800 million weekly active users, Deutsche Bank said paid user growth has stagnated, with revenue still trailing far behind streaming giants like Spotify and Netflix. The report noted that OpenAI's $500 billion valuation, nearly matching Netflix's market cap, remains disconnected from its relatively modest revenue and subscription numbers. The findings highlight a widening gap between AI's technological impact and its commercial sustainability. Meanwhile, a flood of private investment has pushed valuations of AI startups like OpenAI, Anthropic, and Elon Musk's xAI up by nearly $1 trillion over the past year, sparking fears of a bubble in private markets. Mature players such as Databricks have also seen their valuations surge as investors race to bet on AI infrastructure and applications. Oracle's new co-CEOs defend aggressive AI expansion. Oracle's newly appointed co-CEOs defended the company's large-scale data center expansion, positioning it as the foundation of a comprehensive AI ecosystem. The company recently disclosed $317 billion in new contracts for the quarter ended August 31st, with roughly $300 billion tied to a 5-year partnership with OpenAI, sending shares up more than 40%. However, Moody's warned that the deal could strain Oracle's balance sheet, given that OpenAI is not expected to turn a profit until at least 2029. In a related move, AMD announced a partnership with Oracle to deploy roughly 50,000 MI450 AI chips across Oracle's data centers starting in Q3 2025, an installation equivalent to a 200-megawatt computing load. Both companies said the collaboration will expand further after 2027, deepening their integration in the AI compute supply chain. AI Infrastructure Consortium to acquire Aligned Data Centers for $40 billion. A consortium of major tech and investment firms, BlackRock, NVIDIA, and Microsoft, has agreed to acquire Aligned Data Centers for approximately $40 billion, expanding its footprint in next-generation cloud and AI infrastructure. The consortium, known as the Artificial Intelligence Infrastructure Partnership, AIP, was founded in September 2024 by BlackRock, MGX, Microsoft, and NVIDIA to accelerate AI-related infrastructure investment. Aligned's portfolio spans 50 campuses with more than 5 gigawatts of operating and planned capacity, including assets under construction across the US and Latin America. Other backers of AIP include the Kuwait Investment Authority, Elon Musk's xAI, and Temasek Holdings. Hitachi to hire 15,000 for power transmission equipment amid AI energy boom. Hitachi Limited plans to recruit 15,000 new employees by 2027 to expand its power transmission and distribution equipment business. Amid soaring demand for electricity from AI data centers, the company will establish new development and production systems across Europe, the US, and India to support grid infrastructure upgrades. Hitachi's energy division, which makes transformers and switching devices essential for power stability, will see its headcount rise to 65,000 employees. The company said the move is crucial to strengthen global energy networks and support the continued proliferation of AI technologies. Wingtech semiconductor assets frozen by Dutch government. Wingtech Technology announced that the Dutch government issued an order on September 30 to freeze its subsidiary Nexperia's assets and intellectual property adjustments for 1 year, The order also came amid internal tensions. Several foreign executives at Nexperia reportedly demanded that WinGTech transfer its stake and suspend the CEO appointed by WinGTech, Zheng Shuezheng. The Dutch Enterprise Court has enacted emergency measures, temporarily suspending Zheng's authority as CEO. Nexperia, which generated 14.7 billion renminbi, $2 billion, in revenue in 2024, now faces regulatory uncertainty amid growing geopolitical scrutiny of semiconductor assets linked to Chinese ownership. JP Morgan commits $10 billion to U.S. strategic industries. JP Morgan Chase plans to invest up to $10 billion across multiple U.S. companies deemed vital to national security. In a move seen as aligning with President Trump's renewed America First policy agenda, the investments are part of a broader $1.5 trillion, 10-year initiative to finance key industries supporting U.S. competitiveness and infrastructure resilience. The program underscores Wall Street's growing alignment with Washington's industrial policy priorities, particularly in defense, energy, and advanced manufacturing sectors. Johnson & Johnson to spin off orthopedics unit. Johnson & Johnson will spin off its DePuy Synthes orthopedic business into a standalone company as part of a broader restructuring aimed at sharpening strategic focus and unlocking shareholder value. Following the split, J&J will concentrate on 6 core growth areas: oncology, immunology, neuroscience, cardiovascular, surgery, and vision. DePuy Synthes generated $9.2 billion in sales in 2024, accounting for roughly 10% of J&J's total revenue. The transaction underscores J&J's continued pivot toward higher-margin pharmaceuticals and medical technologies. Nestlé to cut 16,000 jobs and raise cost-saving target. Nestlé SA will eliminate 16,000 positions over the next 2 years as new CEO Philippe Navratil accelerates a cost-cutting program and raises the company's savings target to 3 billion Swiss francs, $3.3 billion, by 2027, up from 2.5 billion Swiss francs previously. Nestlé currently employs about 277,000 people worldwide, and roughly 12,000 of the planned cuts will affect white-collar roles. The move marks Navratil's first major restructuring since taking office, signaling a sharper focus on profitability amid sluggish volume growth and rising input costs. Starbucks weighs bids for China business valued over $10 billion. Starbucks Corporation is reviewing 5 bids from potential partners for its China operations, as the company explores new joint venture structures to bolster its position in the country's fiercely competitive coffee market. A company spokesperson said Starbucks has received strong interest from high-quality partners who share our confidence in the brand's long-term growth in China. The proposals reportedly value Starbucks' China business at more than $10 billion, including brand royalties, upfront investments, and retained equity stakes. Since entering China in 1999, Starbucks has grown to over 7,700 stores nationwide, making it its largest market outside the U.S. However, it now faces intense competition from domestic rivals such as Luckin Coffee, which has gained ground with aggressive pricing and digital convenience. Thank you for tuning in to today's financial news. We look forward to seeing you again.